Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you a race today from Lanier National Speedway in Brazelton, Georgia. Lanier National is a 3/8 mile low-banked asphalt speedway with 9-degree banking in the corners. The straightaways banked a couple of degrees. Today we're going to watch 18 excellent street stock drivers as they race for 40 laps at Lanier National Speedway. Let's wander through the starting grid. Starting in the 18th position, in car number 18, is Dustin Mathis. He comes to us from Georgia. Dustin is currently a regular in the Pro 2 Light Truck Series. Starting in the 17th spot on the grid, that's going to be Michael Bratton in the Whiskey River Chevrolet. Michael comes from the West Division and is a regular in the iRacing ARCA Menard Series. Starting in the 16th spot, in car number 16, that's Joey Haas coming to us from Ohio. He's a regular in the Dirt UMP Modified Series. In the 15th position, racing out of Bailey, Colorado, in the Rusty Wallace ARCA Tribute car from 1978, that's the Kern Childs Tire Chevrolet of Aaron Johnson. Aaron's going to show up on the screen in car number 66, but the telemetry that tracks the race cars is going to show him as number 15. Starting in the 14th spot, racing broadly from the United States, sponsored by Intel, it's Brian Gregg. In the 13th position, he comes to us from Inverness, Florida, is James Strickland. James in car number 13, he races regularly in the ARCA Menard Series. Starting out in position number 12, sponsored by NOS Energy Drink, racing from California, it's Evan McFarland. Evan is a regular in the iRacing Dirt Midget Series. Starting in the 11th spot, in the Gravedigger Chevrolet, coming to us from New York, is Josiah Letts. Josiah, a regular in the Dirt Limited Late Model Series. In the 10th spot, in car number 8, sponsored by Budweiser, coming to us from Hurley, Missouri, it's Andrew Hurley. Andrew is a regular in the NASCAR Truck Series. In the 9th spot, in car number 7, sponsored by JR Motorsports, coming to us from Texas, it's Daniel Keith. Daniel, also a regular in the iRacing ARCA Menard Series. Starting in position 8, in car number 4, he's sponsored by Marlboro and Great Smoky. It's going to be Troy Retzlaff. He's also a regular in the ARCA Menard Series. Troy comes to us from the Great Plains region. In the 7th spot, in car number 3, he's going to show up as the 14 Copenhagen A.J. Foyt tribute car. He comes to us from the Virginias. It's Charles Taylor. Charles, also a regular in the iRacing ARCA Menard Series. Now, for your top 6 starters, on the 3rd row outside, in car number 2, sponsored by Snap-on Tools, coming to us from the California region, it's Richard Schramm. Richard, also a regular in the iRacing ARCA Menard Series. On the 3rd row inside, in car number 1, he comes to us from California, a regular on the iRacing Late Model Tour, it's James Johns. On the 2nd row, outside, car number 5, sponsored by Suave for Men. He comes to us from the Midwest region, it's Wesley Sloggett. 2nd row inside, driving car number 11, sponsored by, actually with no sponsor here but Fanatec, he comes to us from the Midwest region, from the Virginias region, it's Thomas Osborne. And your top 2, on the front row outside in car number 10, the Precision Sim Engineering Chevrolet. From Florida, Daniel Restrepo. And on the pole, in car number 6, sponsored by Exxon, racing out of the Carolinas, Jeremy Sidner. Jeremy, a regular in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series. Let's join the action as the pace car brings the field around. We've got the 1 to go sign. The lights are off on the pace car. When the pace car comes out of turn number 4 next time around, we should be ready to get this show on the road. Daniel Restrepo on the pole, Thomas Osborne to his outside in car number 10, the Lionel Racing automobile. Sidner, a regular in the Whelen Modified Series. The pace car brings them into turn number 3. Now the pace car ducks onto the pit lane. The green flag is out. Jeremy Sidner hits the throttle, and Sidner takes off to a very quick lead over Osborne and Restrepo. They're 3 wide coming out of the turn here. It looks like the 14 car on the inside, 1 in the middle, 10 on the outside. Daniel Restrepo stuck on the outside. They go back to 2 wide. That's a good choice. 3 wide racing here's tough. Looks like the 2 car of Richard Schramm's going to take a look to the inside of the 14. And Schramm looks like he's going to get loose and spin. That's going to make it a little bit easier for some of these guys in the back. Gravedigger car here looks pretty good. Aaron Johnson jumped up already from 15th to 10th. Johnson gets up against the wall. Let's go back up front with the one of James Johns. Johns running in second place now. Jeremy Sidner still in the lead. Sidner with a nice lead here out front. The 17 is spun. The 8 car of Andrew Hurley already almost a lap down. There's a lot of action early in the race here. But up front, Jeremy Sidner now closing in on the lapped car of Andrew Hurley. Sidner continues to lead in the Exxon number 6. Hard to see that number there. The 6 is outlined only in red, so it's a black 6 on a black car, but it's the Exxon Chevrolet out front. Jeremy Sidner continues to lead. James John second, Thomas Osborne third, Wesley Sloggett fourth, Josiah Letts fifth. James John closes a bit here on Jeremy Sidner. It's Sidner, Johns, Osborne. 1, 2, 3. Johns continues to close, pushes up a little bit coming out of the turn there. Hurley bounces off the wall. That's going to give Sidner a chance to put the 8 of Hurley a lap down. Sidner turns underneath. Hurley up against the wall. They come past the start-finish line here to start lap number 11. It's going to be Sidner up front. James Johns all over the back bumper. John spins. John spins here. It looks like he's off the pace up into the... he managed to keep it out of the driving lane. James John with an unfortunate spin there. That's going to cost him a chance to win the race. Back up front with Jeremy Sidner, followed by the 5 of Sloggett, the 9 of Letts. Aaron Johnson here all the way up to 4th from the 15th spot, 8 laps in, as Jeremy Sidner brings them to the start-finish line to start lap number 9. It's Sidner, Sloggett, Letts, Johnson, and then Osborne. Johnson has moved up to 3rd. Let's ride along with the 15 car. He's looking to the outside of Josiah Letts. Letts goes underneath, Johnson on the outside. They race side by side coming off of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. It's Josiah Letts and Aaron Johnson side by side. Letts holds on to 3rd place on lap number 9. Down the back straightaway, the lapped car of Hurley's a problem. Josiah Letts almost shoves Johnson up into the wall. That gives the 2 of Richard Schramm the chance to go underneath Johnson, and right behind Schramm, the 16 of Joey Haas. Haas, another big mover, having started 16th. So Johnson and Haas starting in 15th and 16th respectively. Now Haas passes Johnson to take over what looks like it's going to be 5th place. Now Haas also looking to the inside of Richard Schramm. Out front, it's still the 6 car, that Exxon Chevrolet of Jeremy Sidner, continues to lead, followed by the 5 of Sloggett. Then the 9 of Josiah Letts, and it looks to me like the 16 is getting ready to make short work of Letts. The 16 of Joey Haas now has moved up to 3rd. Aaron Johnson in 5th, also looking under the 9 of Josiah Letts. It's Sidner, Sloggett, Haas, Johnson now past Josiah Letts, but all eyes here on Joey Haas. Joey Haas, super quick here, fastest car on the racetrack. Haas closing in on the 5 of Wesley Sloggett as they come around out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 14. Back up front with Sidner. Sidner now with about a straightaway lead on the 5 of Sloggett and the 16 of Haas. It's Sidner, Sloggett, Haas, Johnson, Schramm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6 of Jeremy Sidner looking to put the 4 of Troy Retzlaff a lap down. Sidner looks to the inside. He's got a fender under, backs off just a little bit as they go into turn number 3. Sidner looks to the inside again, and the Retzlaff gives up that position. Retzlaff now a lap down as Jeremy Sidner continues to lead. It's Sidner, Sloggett, Haas, Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we go back and take a look at what's happening here with Joey Haas, he continues to close. Haas now closing on the 5 car of Wesley Sloggett. You can see Sloggett on your screen there in the bright orange number 5. That's the Suave for Men Chevrolet. Joey Haas closing quickly. Sloggett gets 2 wheels, actually gets all 4 wheels down onto the apron. That unloads the car, slows him down quite a little bit. There's a little bit of traffic here as the 5 goes underneath the lapped 14 car of Brian Gregg. Joey Haas now looking hard at making a run past the 5. The 5 wiggles a little bit trying to avoid a lap car or a spun car. Haas looks underneath. Now right on the back bumper of Wesley Sloggett. Haas working the brakes hard. The brakes glowing cherry red here. It's Haas on the inside, Sloggett on the outside. Down into turn number 1. It looks like Haas is going to make the pass coming off of 2. Aaron Johnson right behind Joey Haas. It's Sidner, Haas, Sloggett, Johnson. Johnson now taking a look at trying to find a way around the 5 car. Johnson looks high. The 2 cars touch, but there's Johnson backing off wisely, letting the 5 straighten back out. Johnson taking a little breather here from the heavy traffic. Aaron Johnson closes on the 5 of Wesley Sloggett, the 16 of Jeremy Haas, running away from these two just a little bit and beginning to close on the Exxon car of Jeremy Sidner. It's Sidner, Haas, Sloggett, Johnson, followed by Richard Schramm in the 2 car, then Josiah Letts in the 9, Charles Taylor in the 3, James Johns in the 1, round out the top 8. Johnson looks to the inside of Sloggett now. Sloggett slides up just a little bit. Johnson turns the car under, coming out of turn number 2. Sloggett glowing the brakes red hot. Johnson passes Sloggett going down the back straightaway. They go into turn number 2. Sloggett drives in a mile deep. Johnson on the throttle. Sloggett turns underneath to try to do the crossover move. Doesn't have enough race car. Johnson's going to take over third. Meanwhile, the 16 of Joey Haas has started to close on the 6 car of Jeremy Sidner, the Exxon Chevrolet out front, but Joey Haas closing quickly here. Aaron Johnson in third now, a lap car between Johnson and Joey Haas. Haas comes out of turn 2, down the back straightaway into 3. The brakes glowing cherry red here as Haas comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. He's 2.5, maybe 3 car lengths behind Jeremy Sidner, closing quickly now. Haas closes to within 2 car lengths. They come out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. It's going to be Joey Haas closing now quickly on the 6 of Jeremy Sidner. Sidner comes out of turn number 4. It's a car length between Haas and Sidner now. Aaron Johnson has disposed of the lap car and moved into the third. It's Sidner, Haas, Johnson, Sloggett, 1, 2, 3, 4. Haas now right on Sidner's back bumper. He turns into turn number 3, looks underneath the 6, gets a fender under. They come onto the front straightaway. Joey Haas with a fender under the 6 of Sidner comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Joey Haas is going to take the lead here. It's going to be Haas out front, followed by Sidner, Johnson, and Sloggett. Johnson also looking to the inside of the 6 car. He makes the pass. It's Joey Haas and Aaron Johnson coming from 16th and 15th positions respectively, now in 1st and 2nd. Haas leads the field onto the back straightaway, followed by Johnson. We're going to ride along here with Haas. The brakes glowing cherry red on that 16 car. Joey Haas using a lot of brake as he gets in and out of the corners here. Johnson's brakes not quite so warm. That could come into play here as there are going to be 10 laps to go the next time by. And with 10 laps left, using up a race car could make all the difference in the world. Joey Haas out of turn number 4, passes the start-finish line, 10 to go this time by. Aaron Johnson closes to within a car length now, maybe half a car length. Johnson working hard on the 16 of Haas. It's Haas in first, Johnson in second. Out of turn number 3 into turn 4, coming onto the front straightaway past the 2 car. It looks like the 2 of Richard Schramm spun. Schramm on the infield. Johnson looks to the inside of the 16. He's got a fender underneath. Internet lag creates a little bit of a problem. It's Johnson on the inside. The 16 of Haas on the outside. Lap traffic really coming into play. Johnson onto the throttle hard. He's going to lead lap 42. There are 8 laps left. Johnson on the inside. He's taking the lead over Haas now. The 11 car, that lapped car of Thomas Osborne, kind of holding up the leaders here. Johnson bumps Osborne on the backside, goes a little bit high to give some room. That's going to open the door to Joey Haas. Joey Haas now back on the inside. It's Haas on the inside, Johnson on the outside. Haas looking underneath the 11. The 11 moves up. The 11 and Johnson touch again. Joey Haas now on the inside of the 11. Johnson on the outside of Haas. Johnson bumps the 11 car one more time. It's Haas now past the 11. Aaron Johnson to the inside. Johnson now in second. Haas in first. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Johnson now clear of the lap car. Haas, cherry brakes. The brakes glowing cherry red as he comes out of turn 4 on the front straightaway. There are 5 to go this time by. It's Joey Haas with the lead. Aaron Johnson in second place. The 11 car drives in deep. Looks like he might have been wanting to rattle Johnson's chain a little bit after Johnson bumped him around a little there trying to get past. Haas with a 3 car length lead, 5 to go, now 4 to go this time by. Johnson brushes the wall. They come into turn number 1. Johnson closes on Joey Haas. Johnson now a car length and a half back. Haas down the back straightaway, leads him into turn number 3. Haas drives in deep, onto the brakes hard, gets the car to rotate in the middle of the corner. Aaron Johnson closes though. Johnson now a car length behind, maybe a half a car length behind. There are 3 to go now. Johnson comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. He's closing. It looks like he's going to try to get a fender under Haas. Doesn't have enough car. Johnson backs off. Haas into turn number 4. They come out onto the front straightaway. It's Johnson right on Joey Haas' back bumper. There are 2 to go. Johnson looks high. Haas keeps the car down low, hugs the bottom line. Johnson turns down, gets a run off the banking in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Haas into the middle of turns 3 and 4. Johnson closes. Johnson right on Haas's back bumper. He gets a run underneath. Johnson with 1 fender under Haas. He's got position as they go into turn number 1. This is the white flag. Last lap. It's on the back straightaway. Johnson pulls Haas down the back straightaway. Haas drives in deep. Looks like he's going to give Johnson a bump. He does. Not quite enough to give Johnson the bump and run. They come out of turn number 4. Johnson and Haas side by side. It's going to be Johnson at the flag. Aaron Johnson with a win over Joey Haas, followed by Jeremy Sidner in third, Josiah Letts in fourth. Wesley Sloggett rounds out the top 5. Coming home 6th was car number 1 of James Johns. Evan McFarlane in 7th. Thomas Osborne, the lapped car in number 11, was 8th. Charles Taylor 9th. And Troy Retzlaff is going to round out the top 10. That was some exciting action, sort of 5 laps of door-to-door and fender-to-fender racing there at the end. And in the end, it's Aaron Johnson making the pass on the last lap to take the win from Joey Haas. Whew! Short track racing doesn't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. For the Johnson iRacing team, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.